will do some ripping, so you'll get to see me do that. I will do some cross-cutting. I will do routing, 2 different routing operations, the T-track and then the dado for the FastCap peel and stick tape measure to sit below the surface. I'll use the Parf Guide Mark II to drill the holes. I'll use the cordless router to bevel all the edges and bevel the holes. So a lot of operations for a couple of these, but you'll get to see that. So let's dive in. The biggest change is the T-track itself. This T-track started way back when I first started cutting my own T-tracks. In fact, the first station, the total station, I used aluminum T-track. And I later on with the router table built my own T-track with 2 different bits and showed you how to do that. And that's what I used on this. And then I got that updated one that was recommended to me that was bigger. I was able to recut this because it was a bigger cut. So I could just run it right through. So I did both of those. But now I am on to this T-track cutter, which I absolutely love from Ultra-Shear. And this one is the one that I have recommended, even on the plans that show something totally different. I've said in many different videos, use this bit. Ignore everything I've said about T-track bits before this one. This is the one. So I want to make the new T-track with this, but this is smaller than this, so I can't recut this one. Since I have to make new ones, I'm going to fine tune them to exactly how I want them to be built today. You might see something here that's bright yellow. This is the stop that I show you how to build in the plans. Been using it for years, no complaints. But one of the smart fam, Kevin, sent me a tool that he's been working on, and it's a stop. He uses the whole Smart Woodshop system, and he's dialed in a few things, and he sent me these to try out. Kevin prints these on his 3D printer, and he's encouraging me to get a 3D printer, and I'm really thinking about it. So let me know in the video if you think I should do that, because if I do it, I'm gonna start with buying it, getting the materials, setting it up, doing my first print. I'll do a whole video series on introducing a 3D printer to the Smart Woodshop. I really think it would be handy, but that's a separate video. Let me know if you're interested. Okay, to start with, I'd like to be able to do at least 60 inches or 1,500 millimeters. So if I measure from where it's gonna flush to there, that's 45. If I make it 47, you know, for a nice even number, I'm gonna even push it up a little bit more, and I'm gonna make it 48. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I wouldn't drill this row because it's gonna be flush there. Looking out, that piece is long enough. Save a little time. I don't need to cut a fresh edge on this plywood because this is fall off from another project, so I already have a nice straight edge, and this is a cut edge as well. And so I had already squared it up.
It seems like every project, it starts with ripping. So I'm going to use the track saw and parallel guides. Beats a table saw every single time. Then to crosscut, it's pretty narrow, so no need to use the crosscut. I just use the miter saw for that. Jump over to the router table to make quick work, one pass to cut the T-track. Love that bit, just so easy to do now.
To do the shallow dado for the measuring tape from FastCap, it's going to take a bit change to a 3/4 inch bit, which isn't quite wide enough. So it'll actually take 2 passes on each one. It's a very shallow pass. So the first one I set up very specifically and ran both boards through. Then when I adjusted it over, because it's going to float out into the opening for the T-track, it's not that critical. So that was an easy one. And this one's really easy, done it so many times using the Parf guide. So I lay out, I'm going to have 3 rows of holes. So I lay them out. I get the stick laid out. I've done this so many times. It just it's just almost impossible to make a mistake. Once the pilot holes are through, I flip it over, do these little onion skin cuts. This is just so I don't have tear out on the bottom side. I always do this. It's a few extra minutes, but it just makes it so clean, and cleanup is a lot easier. Then it's just a matter of dropping the tip of the bit in the holes and following along. So I get absolutely perfect CNC level layout. And finally follow up with a cordless router and a 1/4 inch round over the edges and the holes. And I go ahead and do the underside, even on the holes, just to clean it up. I just find it's the easiest way to clean up. And it's a very, very small bevel. So perfect every time. Final detailing. I'm going to do a little sanding, a little erasing of pencil marks, and a little filing here just to clean it up before I put the tape measure on and have it ready to go. The file, I'm doing that little dadoed area. It's really shallow and it can be a little fuzzy taking that off. So filing 3D surface in there, the flat, the back edge, and then also into the T-track. And then a little sanding, ready to go. Looking for a little scrap to help me lay out the tape measure and get it absolutely perfect. So I'm using that scrap here to make a story stick. This is just so I have an exact dimension. When it's cut to that length, then I can set it up so that the stop is set right to exactly what I want. And then I'm able to apply the tape underneath the hairline pointer there and get it exactly what I want. And then there is some adjustability in the hairline printer or the hairline pointer. And so I do have some adjustability left and right after I get it all done. So that gives me that level of precision I'm looking for. So I got that all dialed in. Now it's time to put the actual tape on. This is that FastCap tape. There's no better peel and stick tape on the market. 16 foot. This one happens to be both imperial and metric, or standard and metric. And it's a 16 footer and it's printed both sides bi-directional. So you can cut it right in the middle and have an 8 foot left to right and a 8 foot right to left. Just very handy, makes it very usable, very easy to read. And they provide the tape with it. And so really thin double stick tape, and it just never lets go. And then once I got it kind of stuck down, I grabbed, something. In this case, I have my razor knife, which has a big plastic edge on it so it doesn't scratch the tape. Once that's done, of course, I have to do a test cut. In this case, one and done, just checked it. It was absolutely perfect. And I do know I have some adjustability down the road.
All done. That was 2 hours well spent. I've been wanting to do this, and now they are dialed in, ready to go. If you'd like to get yourself a set of plans to build yourself a smart station, a smart bench, the smart cart, any of the smart tool accessories, or the smart wood shop itself, there's a link in the description of this video down below. You can go there and purchase any plan or package of plans, and you'll be able to download them right now, instantaneously, 24/7, 365. Thanks for hanging out with me. See you in the next one.